Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the MythCraft TTRPG development blog. Happy to be here with Nathan. How you doing, Nathan?
I'm good. How are you, Grant?
I'm nervous and I'm excited. The launch of MythCraft on Kickstarter is very close. March 15th. Go to mythcraftrpg.com to sign up for updates. There's going to be a day one early bird special gift that we're giving everyone. And if you sign up for those updates, you get access to a free enamel pin designed by Jake Neese, our creative director. Just go sign up for the updates. All sorts of cool stuff coming through there. And you never know what questions might pop up. And when you get the emails, when you see these updates, if you have questions, join our Discord. You can go down in the description here, find our Discord link, and we have a MythCraft corner carved out. You can ask me questions, and I will get them compiled for our next Q&A. This one, however, is about attributes, skills, and defenses. Defenses, plural, indeed. We have just released a sneak peek of our character sheet, and you might notice there's some extra boxes than people are used to. Nathan, give everyone an overview of attributes in MythCraft.
Yeah, there are 8 rather than 6, which I think 6 is standard for a lot of games, whether they're D20 based or not. I've
3
seen,
or
I've seen,
6.
yeah, yeah. So we've got your physical attributes, we've got your mental attributes, and we have your metaphysical attributes,
Mm-hmm.
which is where it expands out a little bit. So we've got your strength, your dexterity, your endurance, representing different physical capacities that you have.
Mm-hmm.
We have your awareness, your intellect, and your charisma, representing different mental or social elements that your character might have. And the metaphysical ones are coordination and luck.
Mm-hmm.
And coordination might sound physical, but the way we're using coordination is coordination does not equal speed. We can't say that enough. Coordination is a combination of your yes, it's a combination of your motor function and like how good you are at getting your body to do things. It's also a combination of how good you are at absorbing information, processing what you need to do, and then
Mm-hmm.
acting on that. So it blends physical and mental in some ways. It might also tap into magical or supernatural a little bit, depending on what your character is.
Absolutely. Uh, so how do you advance your attributes in MythCraft?
Yeah, Mythcraft, they all start at 0, which is average human, average humanoid, um, and they move on a scale from -3 to +12. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
sure if my video is mirrored or not, so one or the other will be -3, one will be 12. And you start out with 5 points at level 1, and then every level thereafter, you get 1 point to put on any attribute.
Mm-hmm.
So you could have 2 points in dexterity, 2 points in awareness, and a point in luck, for example, at level 1, and then slowly build out what you're good at over the course of the game.
Right.
It's not every 4 or 5 levels. It's not like large intervals between upgrading these abilities. You get something every level for them.
Every level. So the
Yeah.
way so we're leveling from 1 to 30. You start with 5, so we'll have 34 attributes points with a maximum max level character, which comes out to maxing almost 3 of the 8 stats. Maxing
Yeah.
2 or getting halfway in a bunch of them. I feel like we're going to see a ton of customization,
Yeah, I think so.
different options out there. Um, so people, one of the first questions we get when we're demoing this is um, not rolling for stats. I know that's something that we really poured over behind the scenes, rolling for stats or not. Um,
Yeah.
Talk to me, how are characters going to be unique early on since we're not rolling for stats?
Well, I I like rolling for stats. I think that it's fun.
I'm making you
Um,
answer a question where you were on the team roll for stats too. That's really
right,
funny.
right. And shout out to Elf Shades, one of our podcast fans as well. They actually had a system suggestion that I think has a lot of merit. But
Mhm.
I also recognize the benefits of a game balance in a system where you don't roll for stats. Like everyone is going to be able to do roughly the same amount of things depending on how they build out their character. So,
Hmm.
um, especially given that we're playing with smaller numbers, it's harder to find a good system for rolling in a way that doesn't feel too swingy. Because if you start at 0 and you just go up by intervals of 1, and every interval of 1 does something for you instead of every interval of 2 doing something for you,
Hmm.
there's just a lot more room for rolling causing really swingy results.
Sure. And I mean, I think we've kind of landed on there will be we might come up with an optional way for people to roll for stats, even if that's not like the core game. We'll have some because I mean, isn't rolling for stats technically not raw in some other games too? Like technically, you get a standard array or a point buy system, and then there's an optional roll for stats rule. Am I
Yeah,
incorrect in that?
I don't think so. Conversely, there are some games where standard array is an optional rule, and
Mm,
the default rule is rolling.
gotcha.
Um, yeah, so
So
it depends on the system.
So for us, rolling for stats will be optional. Um, and I think the core question here is what's going to make a character unique, early level.
Yeah, the number of options that you get at first level is going to play a lot into that. So there's your background, which is a little bit more fleshed out than we'll see in a lot of other systems.
Hmm.
The background gives you a bunch of different skill points, and we'll probably get into skills here in just a minute.
Yeah.
Also gives you options for what kind of occupation you have, which gives you additional features. Your lineage is going to give you a handful of different options. They don't give you attribute increases. They give you other abilities based on the type of lineage you might choose.
Hmm.
Let's see, those are the big two, and then you also get your first talent point at level 1, and you'll get talent points every level thereafter. In order to get a class in something, you have to spend a talent point to enter that class, and
Hmm.
every class has a prerequisite of being at least level 2.
Yes.
So level 1, you're just an adventurer. Um, and you can spend your talent point on any generic talent that you think is going to enhance your adventuring style or your social interaction style, whatever you want to build your character toward. You get
Hmm.
that at level 1. Um, and you can plan out what kind of class you want to take at level 2 and get something that'll augment that. So there's aside from just the attributes, there's 3 other like key pillars at level 1 that inform what makes your character unique.
Right. And the not getting the attributes from your lineage, I feel like really encourages people to take kind of the unique lineage abilities. Uh, you won't see as many people like, oh, I need to be this because it gives me +2 to my dexterity.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, if you're a monk, you have to be an elf, for example. Yeah, unless you're anyway, we can move on from that. Yeah.
It depends on the system.
It's time to dissociate lineages from attributes, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, luck has caught a lot of people's eye. Tell us about luck.
Yeah. Luck is just like the others, a scale of -3 to +12. For each point of luck you have,
Hmm.
once per point per day, you can re-roll a d20. So it represents things just sometimes going well for you, even when they shouldn't. As we have it written right now, that could be something you roll, that could be something your ally rolls, that could be something an enemy rolls. It's just a d20 in the game.
Whoa. You can
Um,
extend your luck to your allies.
Currently, yeah. I mean, we may pull that back and force it into an attribute or something, but
Mm, a
yeah,
talent, mayhaps.
yeah, yeah, we'll play with it. Um,
Is there anything with
at
crits for luck?
Yes, yeah. So with the more luck you have, the more ways it manifests. So once you hit 6 luck points, um, your chance of getting a critical hit with an attack extends by 5%, and when you get to 12 points, it extends by another 5%. So
This is cool.
um, yeah, so if you crit on a roll of 20, you would now crit on a roll of 19 to 20 or 18 to 20
Yeah.
once you max out your luck stat.
And everyone was worried about coordination builds being overpowered. Joke's on you. All the builds are going to be overpowered.
Right. And when everyone's powered, nobody is.
Correct. Um, Nathan, what would you say your luck score is in real life?
Ooh, I was not prepared for that question. Um,
Are you a -3 or are you a 12? Or
there's no in between.
do there can be an in between.
Um,
Do you crit 10%
do
of the
I
time?
in all of the fights I get into? Um, no, I'd put my luck at like a solid 2.
Okay. I mean, that's
Yeah.
respect.
Yeah.
Luckier than the average person.
Yeah. I
I
mean, I am married to a wonderful spouse, so that makes me pretty lucky.
There you go.
Yeah. Everyone
Um,
just unsubscribed.
only because you're not available, Nathan, and everyone. Anyways,
Right.
okay, defenses are different in our game. Our defenses are unique. Let's give me a top level of how the defenses work.
Sure. So there are 6 defenses. That sounds like a lot. It's not overwhelming.
It's
There's
really not.
your armor rating, which is your main defense.
Mm-hmm.
And that it's called armor rating. If you're not wearing armor, you still have an armor rating. And then you have different defenses based on 5 of the attributes. So reflexes, endurance, awareness, intellect, and charisma each have an associated defense, which is just 10 plus your attribute score. So if you've got a -1 dexterity and a +2 endurance, then your relevant defenses would be 9 and 12.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got reflexes, fortitude, anticipation, logic, and willpower, which reflect the different capacities that you have to dodge, withstand,
Mm.
adapt your thinking to a variety of situations.
And then how does that work? So armor rating is pretty easy. Someone shoots a bow at you, they roll the dice, and they determine, what the attack roll was, and then that is contested with one's armor rating. How do the other ones work?
The other ones, it depends on the source of the attack. So a lot of spells will attack something besides armor rating. Some
Hmm.
monster attacks will as well. The wolf that we've built out will attack your armor rating to deal damage, and if it hits, then it will also attack your fortitude to try to knock you over.
Hmm. Is that two
Spells like
different rolls?
those are 2 different rolls. Yes.
More
Yeah.
dice.
Yeah. More dice. Yeah. Uh, take 2 different colored dice. Say one is for armor class. Roll them both at the same time. You get to clack them together, which is just fun and tactile, and then you'll have like an easy system to compare your attacks against different attributes.
Excellent.
Yeah, spells will do the same. Some of them will assail your mind. Some will you'll have to withstand them or dodge out of the way. So, a handful of different considerations there. What defenses you want to be good at. Some classes actually let you switch out which defense you use for different abilities. So
Yeah, that was really fun.
yeah,
I got to play test that, and there was I won't spoil it for anyone, but one of those was really fun. When I realized, I was like, "Oh my goodness, I can like almost always hit like a big, slow, clunky character that like would normally be really hard for like a rogue to like get through their armor, but I'm a rogue, so every once in a while I can get a meaty bit. I can get, you know what I mean? I can get in and
yeah,
it
yeah. I
was really
wasn't.
cool.
There is that. I was actually talking about like the Berserkers example,
Oh,
where rather than wearing a bunch of, I'm getting a Grant face.
what are
Rather
those?
than wearing a bunch of like big tanky armor, the Berserker is just like really constitute, and so they can use their fortitude
Oh,
as
right, on the other
their
side.
armor.
On the
Yeah,
other side. Yeah, there's
yeah.
all sorts of ways we can play with it. Um Grant face. Uh so it does sound a little bit complex on the top, but I wanted to kind of cover and reaffirm the defenses are always 10 plus the relevant stat. So you almost only need your stats, right? And then just remember, okay, add
Right.
10. And
Yeah.
then you think about in the example of casting a fireball in a lot of games, um, if the I don't know, I guess I've never understood why you cast a fireball and then somebody else rolls to decide how much it hurts them. So in this situation, we're doing away with the idea of a saving throw or an SV, like a save value, or a DC, a difficult. We're doing away with those saves. And the person who's attacking is always rolling the dice, correct?
Correct. Yeah. And so if you're sneaking through like a tomb and you're trying to avoid traps, those might be the tomb itself making attacks against your reflexes.
Mm-hmm. And then, so yeah, if the DM is casting a fireball, they roll to see, and then everyone else has a different reflex. I don't know. You don't like reflexes for fireballs, right? Is that one of your? Uh,
Yeah. I think the fireball should attack Constitution,
okay,
or you should make a con save because of the amount of heat that's there. Like
sure.
you can dodge the flames, you can't dodge the heat.
So the character is casting a fireball. They will roll to see they're attacking one's, what's the endurance defense again?
Fortitude.
Fortitude. They're attacking fortitude. They'll roll to see if they beat fortitude, and then they'll do full damage or half damage or whatever that looks like, as
Right.
opposed to the DM rolling for 20 of their minions, and then you know it almost equals out to be the same amount of damage, right? Because half fail, half succeed, and we're
Yeah.
doing it a little bit different with our magic points too, which we'll talk about next week. We'll get more into magic, but
Okay.
I think the defenses, doing away with the saving throws and giving players more defenses and more ways to customize their defenses. I think it's really exciting.
Yeah.
Um, so Max and I talked about the backgrounds and occupations and professions
Mhm.
already. Uh, I would like you to expand on that with the attributes in the terms of skills. So exploration, non-combat, role play, social situations. Tell me about skills in Mythcraft, because it's not just a war
Sure.
game, right?
No, it's not just a war game. Um, we've got a lot of exploration, we've got a lot of social interaction, we've got a lot of skills to reflect that. I don't actually know off the top of my head how many skills we typed up, but there's a lot of skills.
Uh-huh.
Um, the system that we've devised, that we've kind of what's the word, forged out of the crucible, right? Figuring out what works and what doesn't, um, is at any point in a game, the Mythcrafter would only ask for one of 7 skill rolls. They'd say, for example, Grant, make me a strength roll to see if you can climb this cliff.
Mm-hmm.
And Grant would, make the relevant strength roll. Let's say he has a +1 in strength. He rolls his d20. He has a +1. And then let's say Jake and Andy are joining us. I ask them to do the same to try to climb the cliffs. And Andy has 3 points in climbing. So I would say, make a strength roll. She would say, I've got the climbing skill. And I'd say, okay, add your bonus there. So then if she has a +1 strength and a +3 in climbing, she would roll her d20 with a +4.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've got that for all of the different skills. I said one of 7 skills. So the 7 skills the Mythcrafter would ask for are relevant to 7 of the 8 attributes. We don't have skills for coordination because that is just focused on action points and building out how much you can do on a turn.
Absolutely. So everyone can attempt these different things, but if they're not specially trained in climbing, they only get their strength score. So it kind of indicates uh, like lifting, for example. Like you could be really good at lifting things, but
Yeah.
if you're very strong and have no idea how to lift, you're still going to do better than someone who is not strong. Is that kind of the concept?
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Um, and I'm excited about officially making it part of the rules to have luck checks. And I think you're probably even more excited. Like some of the skills that you've come up with that
Yeah.
are associated with luck.
Yep.
Yeah.
Luck checks are, I think, like such a standard in Homebrew podcasts, which is where we're from, the
Yeah.
Homebrew Network. Nathan does them all the time. I do them all the time. Um, I forget that they're not like raw in a lot of systems, because I've
Yeah.
I've always just been like, I don't know, you pull up in a car to an abandoned gas station. I don't want to be the one to decide if there's like any gas left over in the abandoned car here. I just want to roll a luck check. So luck checks are very exciting. I think we added a skill under luck called scavenging, which I'm really
Yeah.
excited about. Because how boring is it when you're like, I'm gonna go collect my arrows that I shot, and they're like, okay, well, you get exactly 27% of your arrows back. No, roll a
Yeah,
luck
and
check.
anyone who mains a ranger, don't worry. Like scavenging is separate from foraging for food. That will still be something that like rangers or nature people are still very good at separately.
Yeah, don't worry, Rangers.
Yeah,
We love you.
yeah.
Uh, what
More than other systems.
more than other systems. Um, so how do you get better at stuff? How do you grow your skills?
So your skills, obviously the 7 that the MC is going to ask for you to roll, those are going to be based on your attributes that you gain level by level.
Mm-hmm.
Skills, you get extra specialization, or you get more points in your skills as you advance in your occupation. That's the main source that we've written so far. There are other skills that are based on lineage decisions that you make or class decisions that you make. You can get more skill points that way as well. So a rogue is a great example, right? They're like rogues and bards tend to be very skill oriented. So
Sure.
those classes will offer options for you to really invest in getting lots and lots of skill points. So that'll be built into when you first take the class, and then as you level up and choose more features, you could choose to focus on just really building out your portfolio to do burglaries or whatever else you might desire.
So, am I hearing correctly? You can't get further skill specializations without spending talent points?
Without spending talent points, the other options are lineages and occupations, because those aren't linked to talent points. Those are linked to overall character level.
Got it.
So
So
yeah,
you'll
so
get better at things by your attributes growing, and then you
right,
can specifically become more talented in things through the talent point system.
right.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Um, Amazing. That's attributes, skills, and defenses. We've got 8 attributes. We've got 6 defenses, and we've got more skills than Nathan was able to count, which I am very excited about. Um, Showcasing that it's felt very heavy on combat playtesting because that's the part that needs all the balance. But I
Right.
do want to assure everyone that we're so invested. If you're a fan of like the Homebrew network, we're so invested in the stuff that's not fighting too. The
Yeah.
skills are very important to us. The backgrounds and occupation system, there's a lot of love going into that. The lineage system, there's a ton of love going into that. So there's going to be a whole game. You could take the action points, the attributes, the skills. You could take all of the combat stuff out of the game, and you'd still have a very fun full game
Yeah,
with what's being
you
put
would.
together here. Uh, that's all for today, Nathan. I'm gonna hit you back in a couple days for a magic preview. But for
All
now,
right.
that's attributes, skills, and defenses. If you have any questions about anything that we've talked about, hop on over to Discord. Got the link in the description. I'm on YouTube. Description is where the link is. You can hop on Discord and you can ask me questions. I will collate the most popular questions and bring those to Nathan for our next Q&A. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Follow mythcraftrpg.com. We'll see you March 15th. Bye everyone.
Bye.